What would you do if you ordered a 3-year-old as a foster daughter and a 13-year-old girl came in her place? Stay tuned because we have the answer for you here on AFTERBUZZ TV.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
In the spotlight. Hello and welcome to the Young and Hungry After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. We are back. We are so excited to be here, guys, and we're going to be discussing Season 4, Episode 5 tonight, Young and Fostered, which was actually the episode that Becca and I went to go see.
True story.
The live taping.
So cool.
It was awesome.
So fun.
It was funny when I was watching it today because I was writing my notes ahead of time because I already knew it was going to happen. But
yeah, it was the best.
It was. But
fun time.
We have a little bit of a special guest today. Becca, would you like to introduce?
We have Gigi, the dog.
And currently you cannot find her on social media.
She is the cutest dog. She's Courtney Stewart's dog, if anyone knows. Courtney
So cute. And where can we find you, Becca, on social media?
Find me at Becca B Talks TV on Twitter and Instagram.
All right. What about you, Michelle?
You can find me all up in Twitter at Michelle_Cullen.
All up in that Twitter.
All up in it.
And I am all up in that Twitter and Instagram and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones. So, guys, let's just get into it. This opening scene was just great. Basically, Gabi is missing her mom, and she decides to text her dead mother. And this nice guy named Peter texts her back on her mom's old number saying, "I love you too, whoever you are."
I loved that.
I wish like it worked out that way for me. Like
Yeah.
I'd randomly text a random number
Yeah.
and
And not only that,
great.
it wasn't just like a guy that they thought was attractive. It was actually a music journalist who was semi-well known. So, Gabi was super excited. They kind of decided they were going to go on this date to Drake's concert. They were going to go backstage, and then he was going to write a review. So she was excited. She was thinking, oh, I found my soulmate. It's going to be amazing. Things always get ruined, folks. But... we go to this other scene where basically Elliot and Alan are getting ready to have a foster daughter, and her name is Keisha, and what they know so far is that she's going to be a beautiful little 3-year-old that's going to come into their lives and make them love each other even more, and they're going to be this happy little family. Mm-hmm. And what happens, Michelle?
They have a 13-year-old show up.
10-year age difference.
Yeah.
Decade.
And is she like sweet and lovely and really, really nice?
Yeah.
I mean, she is for the most part, like for someone in her situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's a little salty about how the world has treated her.
She's salty.
I mean,
But I think she has the right to be.
yeah.
But
Being
this
in
is
that situation, yeah.
I mean, even going into it, I was kind of like, oh, come on, like, give them a chance. They're just wanting to, like, take you in. But at the same time, they saw that she was, 13 years old. And Elliot says, oh, she's 100. We got to get rid of her.
Yeah, Elliot definitely treated this like a shopping experience.
It's so sad.
And it's a human being. And I know there's a lot of comedy underlining this, but there's also... a lot of issues with our current foster care system,
It's so
and a lot
true.
of children fall through the cracks, and especially teenagers. And so I was just kind of felt bad for Keisha.
Yeah, I
This
know.
whole
I think it
episode.
was an important episode, definitely.
And I love that even though they, had differences and they thought, you know what, I don't think we want to do this, they basically Miss Hobbs or something is the name of the
Yes.
social worker, and she's basically saying no one wants her, so give her a chance. And then Alan and Elliot feel bad. They decide to take her in. They're going to try it out for a week. Only a week, and then they'll make their decision. Elliot's not really trying at this point. Alan is really trying to connect. They have this beautiful room that they've set up that
For a 3-year-old.
Yeah, for a 3-year-old.
that Yolanda says looks like Tinkerbell.
threw up on it.
Yeah.
Keisha also said that, actually.
Yeah, Keisha said that too.
That was the best. And, it was just like this cute little room. And, Keisha just can't sleep without the TV. So what happens?
Same. I can't sleep without the TV either, so I relate to Keisha.
Keisha basically bats her eyes and decides, you know what? I'm going to switch with you guys. I'm going to have your room.
The big bedroom.
And then, Elliot and Alan basically have to have Keisha's room. And, they totally cut this scene out. There's a scene that they cut out. Remember whenever Elliot and Alan were laying in Keisha's bed trying to sleep?
They did.
They totally cut that out. And that was a really funny scene. So I won't say too much about it just in case they throw it in next episode. But I was really disappointed.
Yeah, there was scene.
It was like a funny scene where they were trying to sleep in her bed, and it was comical.
Well, it is really funny to see two grown men try to share a twin-size bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially.
Which should have been kept in the episode.
I know.
I totally forgot about it until you just mentioned it
That
right
was
now.
a funny scene.
And that was hilarious. This episode
We'll never know.
particularly
We'll never
was
Guys.
absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
A lot of great lines.
Yeah, and not
especially
only
at the beginning.
Yeah, and Yolanda and Josh are really just trying to impress Keisha at this point. They really don't care that she's 13, which is great because it shows that they are open to loving whomever
Yep.
Yeah.
or whoever. I don't know if I said that right, but
One is right.
it's kind of sad because they really don't care that much about her. They just want to impress her and like throw money at her and try to basically impress her to get like her affection. But is it for the right reasons?
It's to prove they're the favorite.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. What would you do if Yolanda was your godmother?
I would love it.
No, I would. Yep.
would.
I'm all for her being the godmother.
The one thing I was surprised about is that Gabi was the one who kind of connected with Keisha the most. Oh, the dog is so adorable. Did you guys hear that?
I
So
hope you
cute.
did.
I hope you heard that. But Gabi decides to take Keisha out, and they are gonna go to the mall, and then they're gonna go to the diner. And Gabby's mentioning all these things about her mom and saying, you know what, I love going to. I went to the smoke shop. I got a fake ID to get into this little club. Basically, giving her all the wrong ideas.
I mean, I think it's fun. It's like having a big sister because those two are the closest in
Yeah.
age, which is probably why they connected so well. And then to find out that they have like this hidden backstory of, Gabi doesn't have her mom because her mom passed away, and Keisha doesn't have her mom because her mom went to prison.
Right.
Like those
Yeah.
are very real situations
They
that people
connected.
deal with, and they bonded over it.
Yeah, and even though it is a
They
comedy,
bonded, and she was kind of a bad example.
Yeah.
But it's all good. It's okay.
even though I do love the fact that even though it is a comedy, guys, even though it was a comedy, there was so much, like they talk about serious topics and they really bring light to different things through comedy, which is great because it's not just this like fun filler show. Like they talk
Yeah.
about real situations, like you were saying,
Yeah.
and they bring attention to these things, and it is fun and it's exciting and it's cool to see that part of life. You know what I'm saying? The dog is taking over the show, guys. What the heck?
I will say the last couple episodes have definitely been more comedy focused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Humorous situations that they find themselves in and they have to deal with it. This dealt with, a spectrum of situations because you had Sophia who was feeling unfulfilled in her work. Like, yes, she had 2 jobs and yes, she was paying bills, but she wasn't happy. And I think it draws that important, that notice to something that I think a lot of 20-somethings
Yeah.
go through, where it's like, is it enough that I'm making the money I need to pay my bills? Like, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
No,
and I need
it's
to figure out how to be happy.
I feel like we've all gone
comedy,
through
but
that.
real life.
Yeah,
Which
for sure. We're gonna play Pass the Dog.
Yeah.
It's Michelle's turn to hold the
It's
dog.
gonna be great.
And then after that, it's gonna be mine.
Yep.
But I totally agree with that. And basically, Keisha decides, you know what? I want to visit my mom in jail. So what does she decide to do? Well, she can't go on the
She
train
runs away.
unless she's 18. So she decides to buy a fake ID and has this $500 that Josh
How'd
gave
she,
her.
yeah, I was gonna say, how'd you get money? Oh, Josh.
Josh gave it to her. And so she's basically waiting out at this diner like, you know what? Like, I'm going to go on this train. And so she's,
Yeah.
doing scratchers in the corner and everything. And, Elliot and Alan are freaking out.
Come in panicked.
They finally sit down in the restaurant. They're talking about it, and Elliot says, I just can't think of. I would die if something happened to our daughter. And Alan's like, you said our daughter. And it was just this moment where Elliot decided, you know what? Maybe I do want to be a father, and maybe I do want to move forth and treat her better and really love her because she's one of a kind. Just like
Yeah.
Elliot is.
Alan kind of
Elliot is
helped her.
definitely one of a kind.
Yeah.
Alan helped him realize that
Yeah.
about Keisha. That, I mean, he loves her.
Yeah.
He was worried about her.
Exactly.
He wanted to find her safe and
Yeah.
protect her.
So it was kind of like a full circle moment for, for
Elliot.
for Elliot. He was excited to, want to like be a foster dad.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Keisha comes out from the corner. She's fine. They tell her, you know what? If you really want to see your mom, we will take you to see your mom. And she was very surprised. She's like, really?
Yeah.
And then they kind of hug it out, and it was really cute.
It was so precious.
Well, and then they tell her to give back the fake ID.
True. And what was the name on this ID?
What fake ID? Okay. the name was Beyonce Rihanna.
It's a beautiful name.
What a beautiful name.
It's
It's
a
so
great
original.
name. Great name. Really believable. You
So,
know?
yeah,
If
very.
you ever make a fake ID, just like that. Something
it.
along those lines.
Yep.
Yep.
Just two of your favorite singers.
Yep. What would mine be? Mine would be like, well, I mostly like female singers, so mine would be something like
That'd be interesting.
Demi Swift or Demi Gomez.
That'd be really interesting.
People be like, "That's your name? What?" But so basically, they have this cute moment. They all bond, and it's a great, happy family. And you know,
It's a great happy family.
Gabi and Josh are spying on them, kind of, and they feel responsible. They feel like because of them, they brought the family together because
course.
Gabi was the one that screwed everything up, and then Josh provided the money, and they decide that they're going to be great parents someday. And there was
Because that's how it goes. They
Yeah.
screw up, but in the end, they decide they actually helped by
Yeah.
screwing up. Yeah.
And then, like,
Okay.
what did you think of, you know, we haven't seen, like, a moment between, you know, Gabi and Josh for a little while. This was, like, a moment I thought maybe they were going to try to get back together. And Josh kind of tried to by saying, hey, you want to, you know, go out on this hot air balloon? She's like, pass.
Nope.
So,
She's willpower.
do you think she's kind of done with him for now?
Yes.
I think for now, it's one of those moments where they said, we're going to be great parents someday. Yeah, we are. And it was one of those really sweet, like, oh, I'm so happy we've gotten to this point in our friendship that we can, you know, be supportive of one another and be excited for one another. I don't necessarily think that it was relationship bells coming back because, like, I've had talks like that with a couple ex-boyfriends where, like, you really just want to support the person that you cared so much about and you still care just in a new way. And then I think honestly the hot air balloon was like he booked it and he just needed someone to go. Like he probably already paid for it, let's be real.
I totally think that's honestly what happened. But Michelle, you were keeping it real tonight. You were like,
it's a serious episode.
I know, but
It
you were
was.
like, you know, like this. A lot of people would look at this episode and be like, oh yeah, cool. But you're like, no, this
No,
is.
pay attention to the
serious.
foster care system because it's flawed.
Yeah.
Don't forget about teenagers. Don't forget that people are always trying.
Teenagers want to be
And
loved too.
If you want to say hi to your ex, say hi to your ex, but make sure it's because you want to.
Yeah.
Life lessons with Michelle and Gigi.
See,
Yeah.
for me,
Gigi's asleep.
yeah, for me, it's not like my thing to like talk to exes anymore. I've tried that. I've tried it. It's been cool, but it doesn't work out
Nah.
for me. But I respect that other people are able to do that. I just personally have never been that kind of person to be able to do that.
Hey, by the way, I think you and Bear would have like similar fake ID names.
Wait, what is hers?
Selena Lovato.
Yes,
I like that. You can
I
be
love
Demi
it.
Gomez.
And
they'll
Boo
be
can
Celine-
be that.
Yes.
Love
Good call,
it. Love it, love it, love it.
Yes.
I am also very excited really quick because Demi Lovato is coming out with a new song in 2 days, apparently.
Oh.
It's called Body Say, and I'm excited because I was not expecting this, and my life is going to be a whole lot better because of this song coming out. Just decided to throw that out there. Anyways, back to Young and Hungry.
Because that has to do with Young and Hungry.
Right.
Do you want to hold Gigi?
I do.
Hi, you're so comfy, but you're going to move now because life is a journey.
Life is a journey, just like this
Life is
episode.
Come here.
Okay, so basically, the last
I'm gonna
part
not
of this,
sing.
The last part of this was that the music journalist comes over to take Sophia because Gabi has to run away to find Keisha at this point. That was,
Yeah.
it was a little bit
Yeah.
earlier in the episode, so I skipped over a little bit, but it's okay.
But it's a different storyline.
Right, it's a different storyline, and so Gabi's like, you know what, Sophia, can you just like take care of, can you just kind of like take care of
My soulmate.
My soulmate? He's like,
Yeah.
what?
So he doesn't find another girl to hook up with because I need him to be with me.
And after the concert, what happens when they get back home and he's supposed to
Oh my
write this
God.
beautiful review?
He's
He
messed up. Yeah.
struggles.
What did he take?
Something.
Special brownie.
He had a special brownie.
He had a special brownie.
Yeah.
Yep, and it was about to kick in. I just love.
I think it kicked in a little
I mean,
bit.
before the concert, it was
Yeah,
about to kick
yeah,
in.
yeah.
Before the
So
concert.
goodness knows what he actually saw when he was there.
Right.
He's fine.
And now.
I just love the fact, like, it would make me believe in serendipity a little bit if I texted a number that I knew didn't belong to the person that I wanted to
Yes.
talk to, and I got a response, and that response was from someone who was
Who
near.
looked like that?
Like, not even just
yeah.
looked at like that. Like, just think about the possibility of someone else picking up that number within 5 years and then moving
In, like,
somewhere else
another
and keeping
country.
it. Like, they could be anywhere in the world
So
and they're
true.
still in San Francisco and he's attractive and
And
he's
so-
single and you get to
Yeah.
go to a concert with him.
To meet Drake.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
crazy stuff.
Yeah,
Crazy
cra-
stuff. But that's
Some
just
of
what the show
Sophia's
does.
lines when they came back from the concert were absolutely hilarious. If anyone wants to share, besides me,
Go for it.
For what?
The funny lines that Sophia was saying. I mean, she said something about whenever he passed
goodness.
out. About,
yeah, that one.
oh, this is the first time that a guy's passed out and I've had to do all the work.
Yeah, that
This
one.
isn't-
That
Whew.
one. And
Freeform.
she just
Freeform.
honestly is so funny. And you know what? She decides, you know what? He's passed out. I'm going to help a guy out and I'm going to write this review for him. She turns it in and then she gets sent a beautiful bouquet of flowers and he basically says, "You did an amazing job. They loved the review that you did and I'm getting you a job because now you're going to go to this indie concert."
Which is so great.
She's going to be a writer. She's going to be, she finds out that maybe
She found a
writing is what she
job.
loves,
She had fun at the concert. She had fun writing the article.
Yes.
And then she had fun getting the reward of writing the article.
How cool is that? She was like, you know what? I am going to maybe be a writer. So she's kind of dabbling in that, which I think, leads us into predictions.
Ooh, yes, it does.
It does.
See where you're going with that.
I can see where I'm going. Oh, here it goes. There we go. I was like, wait.
I see the road I'm on.
Your AfterBuzz TV.
She's like, what?
Why that led me into predictions is because the new spinoff, which is called Young and Sophia, she's going to be working for Logan Rawlings, who is in the entertainment industry as a publicist, reporter
Yeah.
type
Ghostwriter.
of so if
Yeah.
Sophia's kind of now getting into the whole writing thing and reviewing concerts and stuff, it kind of goes hand in hand with that, and I can see this happening, and that's why and how she's going to transition over into Logan Rawlings' business.
Yeah.
So that's
I-
my prediction for
I
it.
agree with that prediction full-heartedly. I think that's where it's going.
What about you, Becca?
I agree with that. Another prediction is I don't think Josh and Gabby are going to get back together anytime soon. Like we
Yeah.
mentioned earlier. I think Gabby's going to have some willpower.
First time in a long time we've seen that.
Yeah.
I think honestly,
She's going to make more mistakes.
Oh yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head right there. I definitely think that she probably is going to not get back together with him until the very end of this season. Sometime around the first week of August is when the last episode is airing. Yeah. So I feel like that episode we are going to see them almost get together again,
Yeah.
and then it's going to end on one of those airplane moments where he's off, with Dr. Rounds or something. It sounds like a
She just
similar
comes back.
No,
Yeah.
I don't want her to come back though.
I thought she was hilarious.
I want someone to come back. I still don't know who would be
I
my
want
top
Justin
preference.
I wish they would all go
Matt
back to
Cooper.
flip-flops for lovers, honestly. I love those
Just
episodes.
another vacation.
I want Justin McCartney to come back.
I
Yes.
would second that.
That would be awesome if he came back and reprised his role.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm down.
That could really stir up some drama, and I feel like the views would go through the roof again. I loved those episodes.
They were really, really good. There was a lot of dynamic
Yeah.
to those scripts and those storylines.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was just
And
So good.
Jesse McCartney's a great actor, which I never really saw him as an actor. I only saw him as a singer. And so when he came in and was dead on in the role, I was like, yes, that's awesome.
But
and he's not
Seen
too
him act
hard on the
before.
eyes either.
he's
Michelle.
dreamy. Yeah.
Dream Street.
Dream Street. See,
Yep.
for me, that's Sophia.
We're gonna
She's
fight.
mine.
We're gonna fight over him.
That's okay.
Yeah, you guys can have him. I will have Sophia.
There you
Little
go.
So-so.
Little so-so.
She's my
So-so.
type.
I will say, because I have a burning curiosity
Yeah.
question that will actually benefit viewers who also didn't get to go to the taping.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what was it like now that you've sat in on a taping of an episode and then watched the outcome of it? What was the biggest difference that you noticed?
The only difference I noticed was a few of the camera angles because I saw it from a wide view. you
Yeah,
know?
the close-ups and stuff.
Yeah, so I saw some facial expressions that I didn't really see before, and then the only other thing was the little scene that they cut. I was really excited to see with Elliot and Alan laying in Keisha's bed trying to sleep, and it was uncomfortable, and they were trying to fit in a twin-size bed.
At one part, I feel like at the beginning scene where the cupcakes were part of the
Yes.
plan, Amy ate one and got frosting all over her mouth.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they had to cut
So that was
because
really funny.
she was trying it in a few takes and she kept laughing and then she would eat a
No, she got
cupcake.
like frosting all over her mouth, and Emily was like, I can't take you seriously. You know?
And it was funny because Emily was actually kind of like bickering, but it was like a funny banter. With,
Yeah, with someone who works behind the scenes in the
he
with
was
the crew.
basically like an audience coordinator, so he got all of us excited and kept our energy up while they yelled cut and we had to wait around for a few minutes. And she was saying because he was saying, oh, do you really know how to cook, or is that you just have a show that you like are a cook? And she's like, no, I can really cook. And they were like kind of fighting back and forth. And then she was also saying that she was like, she missed and loved the guy who did the little action, like
Yeah.
mark type of.
And was like, why don't you
with a marker
get together with me? Why aren't you calling me back or texting
Yeah.
back?
So she's honestly so funny, so hilarious, and so excited to be on set. You can just tell.
That's
Yes.
fun.
So Emily was like like one of the biggest joys to watch. Honestly, I've never seen an actress just so excited to be there.
Yeah,
So cool.
that's very true.
It was honestly one of the coolest experiences. I honestly think that was one of the coolest things I've ever done. Just going to a taping and then getting to go backstage afterwards and just to talk to the characters that I know and love and that we've all watched for so long. It was so cool.
And the little girl, the girl who played Keisha, Demi Mills, was very professional.
Yes, and she was
That's
super
awesome.
sweet.
She was adorable.
And she's super.
I posted a picture on Instagram. Check
She
it
was
out.
so excited to be there, and we're gonna get to see more of her. So I can't tell you how many episodes she's gonna be in, but we're excited that she's
Yeah.
there. So anyway, guys, we are going to leave you with that. We are excited to be back next week, so make sure you tune in and say goodbye. Where can we find you guys on social media?
You can find me at Becca B Talks TV on Twitter and Instagram.
And you can find me on Twitter at Michelle_Cullen.
And you guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones.
Puppy not included.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.